I went for years and years just as a spectator, and always used to dream about one day, wouldn't it be great to have a run around here?
He was strong in the finish that day. He really sort of ground it out and looked to stay.
He's been around here for a long time and he's been good to me, so yeah, no, great to be riding on it.
When we started training, which was a good 10, 12 years ago now, National was always one of the ambitions. It's always one of the races that you look at and think, one day I'd love to have a runner in that, love to have a horse good enough to run in that. For me, it goes back a little bit further. Red Rum's third National is one of my earliest racing memories. And ever since then, I've always thought, crikey, wouldn't it be amazing to have a runner in that race? Aintree has always been a course that I've absolutely loved. I used to go there as a kid. When I was a little bit older, I used to go there with friends for the national meeting, and we'd walk the course back in the good old days when you were allowed to walk it. We'd watch from Canal Turn, and I went for years and years just as a spectator and had an absolute whale of a time.
All the history there, the national fences, isn't it? Everybody wants to ride a winner over them, and everybody wants to be riding in them races. So yeah, look, there's plenty of camaraderie with other jockeys in the weigh room and stuff like that around the time. But no, it's great to be riding over them.
Ami came over from France to the yard as a 4-year-old. He'd already been broken, was being ridden away, but he was big and backward and raw, and always the sort that you thought, well, he's going to need plenty of time here. And it was a lovely group of owners, took him on quite early in his career, gave him that time. We didn't even run him in a bumper for a year. We gave him some fairly steady spins in bumpers, always knowing that he'd get better as he got a little bit older, a little bit stronger, and as time passed.
Ami Desbois has gone up to join the leaders.
The first year that he went over hurdles, we thought he was decent and we liked him enough. We ran him in the River Don that year.
Don't rule out Ami Desbois, who is staying on.
Finished third in that, and once he'd done that, we thought we'd keep him for a novice until the following year, and we'd hopefully have a really good novice season for him. And that was the year that he won 4.
But racing up towards the line, Ami Desbois is away and gone, and will go on to score pretty readily in the end. Ami Desbois has gone on to win.
Ami Desbois stays on powerfully to win for Keelan Woods and Graham McPherson.
That was the year, his real sort of good breakthrough year, and we always thought, whatever he did over hurdles that year, he should be a few pounds better over a fence in years to come.
Take nothing away from him, he's a progressive horse. I think he'll make a chase. He's out of his dam was a chaser.
He's won 3 novice hurdles and he's won 2 novice chases, and he's a lovely horse.
He's got, goodness, I wouldn't know actually how many owners he's got, but there's a good number in the group, and many of them have been in right from the very start. And the number of times that people who are involved in him said, look, he's a horse of a lifetime.
He's a syndicate horse. He's owned by a lovely group of people, and it's fantastic for a small syndicate like that to be part of such a big race, you know, with such big owners in the race. It's just nice for them to get a slice of the pie, as you'd say.
You join a syndicate, you hope to have a bit of fun, but to have a horse that takes you to graded level, takes you to Cheltenham, now takes you to the Grand National, he is really a horse of a lifetime. And the only sad thing this year is we're limited on badges, we're limited on numbers because of the way circumstances are at the moment, so not everyone can go. But it's still, I know it's going to give everyone an enormous thrill to have him there. Jumping is something he's always really loved. Whenever we were still hurdling with him, we always thought he'd be a super chaser. We took him down to Lambourne for a school over the national fences down there, and he absolutely loved it. He thoroughly enjoyed himself down there.
I took over the national fences twice, or 3 times, and he never put a foot wrong, so I'm absolutely delighted with him. If he jumps like that, we'll be away.
Keelan Woods will ride Ami. He's ridden him in the vast majority of his races right from his younger days. Keelan joined us. He'd ridden out his claim, and he joined us as a young professional jockey, and it's been absolutely fantastic to have an association with him. He gets on extremely well with Ami. He's a natural horseman. If he's not out race riding, you can see him out hunting, you can see him out on show jumpers, you can see him out on cross-country horses. And he's got a real affinity with the horse. They seem to jump really well together. And he knows him. He's ridden him so many times now.
You've got to do 10 stone too.
Yep.
How are you finding that at the moment?
That's not too bad. Quite busy at the minute. So when you're busy, the weight doesn't be down anyway. But no, look, not too many sweets this week now. Plenty of healthy food, vegetables and chicken and stuff like that. But yeah, no, we won't be doing too much eating this week.
It's marvellous for the yard to have a runner in the National. Day in, day out, everyone absolutely works their socks off. And we all want winners, we all want lovely horses to do well in their races, but then to have a real high profile horse run on a Saturday, run in biggest race in the world, let's not mock about here. It is the one that everyone wants to be running in. It puts a smile on everyone's face.
It's a great yard to be part of. Plenty of winners along the way, and it's nice now we're starting to get a better quality of horse. For a small yard to have a runner in this race is fantastic. There's a great buzz around the yard and everybody's excited, and no, it's great.
He's tough. His attitude is perfection, and he's lovable as well. He's just a real yard favourite. Jesus, what does it mean to me to have a runner in the National? I've dreamed about it for the last 40 years, so it means a lot.